Oxford Bookworms Library. Starter. The Silver Statue by Paul Shipton. Read by Neve Shepherd. Published and copyright Oxford University Press 2019. Chapter 1. Guitar and Drums. My friend Kate loves music. She's always singing and playing her guitar, and she's good too. She usually plays in her bedroom, but today she's going to play in the town square. She's going to play in front of people, and she's afraid. So I'm going with her. My name's Lucy, and I'm Kate's best friend. We arrive at the square, and there are lots of people. Near the flower shop, there is a living statue. She is silver from head to foot. Her face, her hat, her coat, everything. She isn't moving, I say. How does she do that? The man from the flower shop hears me. Oh, the silver statue never moves, he laughs. She stands there every day, from early morning to late afternoon. We walk across the square and stop near a cafe. I'm going to sing here, I think, says Kate. She gets her guitar out of its bag. Good luck, I say. Thanks. Kate begins to sing and play her guitar. She's good, but she's usually better. She's afraid, I can see. Perhaps she's thinking, are people going to like my music? But some people stop and listen, and soon Kate is happier. She begins to play better. Then, suddenly, everything changes. I hear something new. Drums. Loud drums. A young man is sitting in the square and he's playing drums on 3 white buckets. Kate sings louder, but it doesn't help. Nobody is listening now because nobody can hear her over the drums. Kate stops playing. How can I play over that terrible noise? She asks angrily. It isn't terrible. He's a good drummer, but I can't say that now. Kate puts her guitar in its bag. Let's have a drink at the cafe and wait, I say. At the cafe, Kate says, "Those drums are loud." The woman from the cafe smiles. "Oh, that's Joe," she says. "He plays here every Saturday." We finish our drinks and wait, but the drums don't stop. "Let's go," Kate says. "We can come back next week." The silver statue watches us. Of course, she says nothing. Chapter 2. An Early Morning. The next week, Kate wants to get an earlier bus. I don't know, Kate. I don't like getting up early on a Saturday, I tell her. But I want to arrive at the square before that drummer, and I need you there. Please, Lucy. Okay, I say. Of course, the silver statue is there when we arrive. Then we look across the square. Someone is sitting near the cafe. It's Joe with his drums. Look, says Kate. He's here early too. She begins walking fast across the square. Wait, Kate, I say, but she doesn't listen to me. You're playing the drums here again, Kate says. Joe looks up and says, I always play here on a Saturday. But you're very loud, says Kate angrily. I want to help. Perhaps you can play first, I say to Joe. And then... But now Joe is angry too. This isn't your square, he tells Kate. And then he begins playing. And that isn't music, Kate shouts over the drums. But Joe closes his eyes and plays. Let's go to the cafe again, I say. We can wait there. But Kate is walking away. Next week is going to be different, she says. Chapter 3. Louder and Louder. The next Saturday, we're back in the square. The silver statue is there, of course, but we don't see Joe today. Kate has her guitar, but that isn't all. She has an amp and a microphone too. They're from our school. When Kate begins playing this time, the music is louder. People stop and listen. They like her. I know it. Some people give her money. They put it in her guitar bag. But when Kate is singing her third song, we suddenly hear drums. We look across the square and see Joe. This time, Kate is ready. She doesn't stop playing, no. She smiles and turns up the amp. That's better. But then Joe begins playing louder too. Kate turns up the amp again. Now her music is very loud. But wait, the drums are louder now too. Some of the people in the square begin walking away. People can't hear Kate's music very well because Joe's drums are very loud. And they can't hear the drums well because Kate's song is loud too. Together, they're making a terrible noise. Suddenly, there is a shout. Stop! Chapter 4. A Note. Stop! Someone shouts again. It's the woman from the cafe. Kate and Joe stop playing and look back at her. Nobody wants to hear this, the woman says. She's right. Nobody is sitting at the tables in front of her cafe now. Kate and Joe walk across to the woman. Sorry, they say. Okay, says the woman. Joe, you can play first for 30 minutes. She looks at Kate. Then you can play. All right? Yes, they say. Kate and I sit at the cafe for the next 30 minutes. Of course, we can hear the drums. But I can see something too. Under the table, Kate's foot is moving. She likes Joe's drums. Soon, Joe finishes, and Kate begins playing. She sings well, and Joe listens to her. After the last song, Kate and I take the money from her guitar bag. Wait, I say. What's this? It's a note for you. What does it say? Asks Kate. Sorry about today. Your music is good. Perhaps we can play together next week? 11 a.m? I look up. It's from Joe, I think. On the bus home, I have only one question. So, are you going to meet Joe next week? Perhaps, Kate says. He is an okay drummer. I want to shout, and he has nice eyes. But for Kate, music is everything. Chapter 5. Silver Paint. The next Saturday, I arrive at the square after Kate. I find her with Joe near the cafe. They're talking before they play together. Kate sees me and says, "You're here." "Thanks, Lucy." "That's okay," I say. "I want to hear this." Kate begins playing and singing. Then Joe begins drumming. Kate plays this song a lot, but it's different with the drums. I like it. Suddenly, I see something. Joe's bag is open and there's a note in it. The note says, "Sorry about today. Your music is good. Perhaps we can play together next week, 11 a.m? This note and Kate's note are the same. And Joe's note is not from Kate. So who are the notes from? Then I see some paint on the note. Silver paint. Just then, I hear something from across the square. Some people are laughing. They're watching the silver statue. First, her foot moves. Then one leg. 2 legs. Her arms. Then her body. "Look!" someone shouts. "She's moving!" I look at the silver statue, and now she is dancing. She's dancing to Kate and Joe's music. Soon, lots of people are laughing and dancing too. Kate and Joe's music is very good, and everyone is having a good time. When the song finishes, the people all shout for more. Kate and Joe smile and begin a new song. This time, the silver statue doesn't move. She's a statue again. Chapter 6. The Secret. Kate and Joe play 2 more songs. When they stop, everyone wants to talk to them. "Come back next week," one woman says. "I want the silver statue to dance again." "And I want to hear that music again," says her friend. The woman from the cafe is much happier now. "You 2 are great," she tells Kate and Joe. "Are you going to play together again?" "I'd like that," says Kate. "Me too," Joe says. He smiles at Kate. "And I'm sorry about last week." "I'm sorry too," says Kate. "Do you want to talk about new songs one day this week? I can give you my number." "Yes, let's do that," Joe says. "And perhaps we can meet at the cafe one evening." Kate smiles back at him. "Yes, I'd like that." She sees my face. "What?" she says. "Music isn't everything, you know, Lucy." Kate and Joe begin talking excitedly again. When they play music together, it's very good. And they're going to be good friends, I think. We walk in front of the silver statue, and I think about the notes. I look up at her and see a little smile on her face. I'm not going to tell Kate and Joe about the notes. That's our secret. Me and the silver statue.